Stop scrolling for 1 minute, because this feels personal for a reason. There was a moment in your life when you realized something was off. You were working hard, trying your best, but somehow you still felt behind. Like you were running, but not moving forward. And nobody warned you this part was coming. Denzel Washington once said that life doesn't reward talent alone. It rewards discipline, character, and the courage to stand alone when needed. And the truth is, most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because no one ever taught them the rules that actually matter. Rules about how to carry yourself when nobody is watching. Rules about what to do when motivation disappears. Rules about choosing long-term respect over short-term comfort. You see, the world claps for success, but it stays silent when you're building it. And if you don't live by the right principles, you slowly lose yourself, your standards, your confidence, your direction in the next few minutes. You're going to hear 5 life rules that separate people who stay stuck from people who rise. These aren't motivational quotes. These are hard truths, tested by failure, forged by pressure, and lived by men who refuse to settle. And as you listen, you'll realize something uncomfortable but powerful. This isn't just advice. This is the life you've been preparing for. Stay with me, because rule number 1 might explain exactly why your life hasn't changed yet. Listen closely, because this is not just motivation, this is a reminder of who you are meant to become. In life, there are moments when everything feels heavy, when the noise around you is louder than your own belief, and in those moments, wisdom matters more than talent. One essential rule of life is this: you must first decide who you are before the world decides for you. If you do not define your values, your discipline, and your standards, life will happily define them for you, and it will never be gentle. You are not here by accident, and your presence demands responsibility. Every morning you wake up, you are casting a vote for the kind of person you are becoming. And that vote is made through your actions, not your intentions. Dreams sound good, plans feel comfortable, but execution is the only thing that earns respect. Life does not reward potential, it rewards commitment shown repeatedly when nobody is watching. Another rule you must live by is understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the price. You will fall, you will lose, and you will question yourself, but none of that disqualifies you. What disqualifies you is quitting on yourself because the road became uncomfortable. Growth demands discomfort, and greatness demands sacrifice. Every setback carries a lesson, but only if you have the courage to stay in the fight long enough to learn it. You cannot pray for strength and then avoid resistance, because resistance is where strength is built. When life knocks you down, your job is not to complain about the fall. Your job is to stand up with more wisdom than you had before. That is how character is formed, under pressure, in silence, when applause is nowhere to be found. A third essential rule is discipline over motivation. Motivation is emotional, discipline is spiritual. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline shows up even when you are tired, even when you are doubting, even when no one is cheering for you. The habits you practice daily are shaping your future quietly and relentlessly. Small decisions, repeated consistently, create massive outcomes over time. If you master your mornings, you master your life. If you control your thoughts, you control your direction. Life rewards those who are willing to do the boring work with excellence while others wait for inspiration. Success is not owned, it is rented, and the rent is due every single day. When you understand this, you stop negotiating with your comfort and start committing to your purpose. That is when your life begins to change. Remember this: your legacy is built in ordinary moments handled with extraordinary standards. Speak with integrity, walk with humility, and work with relentless faith. When doubt whispers, let discipline answer. When fear rises, let purpose lead. This rule will separate you from the crowd and move you closer to greatness. Stay consistent, stay grateful, stay focused, and never betray the vision you. Now understand this deeply, because this rule can change the direction of your entire life if you truly live by it. You are not entitled to comfort. You are entitled to effort. The world does not owe you success, applause, or understanding. It only responds to what you consistently give it. One of the most essential life rules is learning to take full ownership of your choices without blaming circumstances, people, or the past. Responsibility is power. The moment you stop pointing fingers and start pointing inward, you reclaim control over your destiny. Excuses may protect your ego, but they will destroy your future. Strong people do not complain about the weight, they build the strength to carry it. When you accept responsibility, you stop waiting for permission and start creating progress. Another powerful rule is learning how to serve before you expect to be rewarded. In a world obsessed with taking, real leaders focus on giving value. Success follows service, not the other way around. Whatever gift you have, whatever skill you carry, it was not given to you just to benefit yourself. When you help others rise, you elevate yourself in the process. Greatness is never selfish. If your work only feeds your ego, it will never fulfill your soul. But when your work serves a purpose bigger than you, it fuels resilience during hard times. Purpose gives pain meaning. When you know why you are doing something, you can endure almost anyhow. That is why people with clear purpose cannot be stopped, only delayed. You must also understand the rule of delayed gratification. Everything meaningful takes time. Seeds do not become trees overnight, and champions are not built in comfort zones. You have to be willing to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term peace. While others are distracted, you stay focused. While others are entertained, you are educated. While others are resting on excuses, you are refining your craft. Discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. Life always collects its dues, either in the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Choose wisely, because regret is far heavier to carry. Your future self is watching your current decisions and hoping you do not quit. Another rule you must live by is protecting your mindset at all costs. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. The voices you listen to shape the life you live. If you surround yourself with doubt, fear, and negativity, do not be surprised when your progress slows down. Guard your mind like your future depends on it, because it does. Feed it with truth, discipline, and belief. You cannot think average, and expect an extraordinary life. Elevate your standards, not just your goals. Standards decide what you tolerate, and what you tolerate eventually defines you. Finally, remember this rule clearly. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Small actions done daily will outperform massive actions done occasionally. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be persistent. Show up even on the days you feel weak, because those days matter the most. Momentum is built in ordinary moments, and destiny rewards those who refuse to give up quietly. This rule will keep you grounded, focused, and unstoppable when applied with faith and patience. Now listen carefully, because this final rule ties everything together and defines how your life will be remembered long after you are gone. One of the most essential life rules is understanding that your legacy is not built on what you say, but on how you live when no one is watching. Fame fades, money moves, and applause disappears, but character remains. Integrity is doing the right thing even when it costs you something. The world may celebrate talent, but it ultimately respects character. When pressure comes, and it always will, your true values will be revealed. That is why you must build a life rooted in honesty, humility, and faith. Success without character is a shortcut to destruction. But success built on integrity creates impact that lasts generations. Another rule you must embrace is learning how to face fear without letting it lead. Fear is natural, but it is never meant to be your master. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite it. Every meaningful opportunity sits on the other side of fear. If you wait until you feel ready, you will wait forever. Growth requires action before confidence. Confidence is not something you find, it is something you earn by keeping promi. Say to yourself, each time you do what you said you would do, even when it is hard, you strengthen your self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of unstoppable confidence. You must also understand the rule of patience with persistence. Life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Overnight success is a myth sold to impatient minds. Real success is built quietly, slowly, and often painfully. There will be days when progress feels invisible, when effort seems unrewarded, and when doubt tries to convince you to quit. Those moments are tests of commitment. Anyone can start, but very few can stay. Staying requires faith when results are delayed. Staying requires belief when evidence is limited. But if you keep showing up, if you keep working with purpose, life eventually has no choice but to respond. Another essential rule is gratitude in the process. Do not wait to arrive before you appreciate the journey. Gratitude keeps your heart grounded while your goals stay high. It reminds you how far you have come and fuels the strength to continue forward. A grateful mind attracts clarity, peace, and resilience. When you appreciate what you have while working for more, you move with balance instead of desperation. Success tastes better when earned with humility. Finally, remember this clearly: you were born with responsibility, not excuses. You owe it to yourself, your family, and your future to become the strongest version of who you are meant to be. Do not waste your life chasing approval. Chase purpose. Do not fear failure. Fear regret. When your time comes, make sure you can say you live with courage, discipline, and faith. These life rules are not easy, but they are simple, and if you live by them daily, your life will speak louder than your words ever could. If this message added value to your life, make sure you like this video to support the channel. Subscribe now so you become part of a community focused on growth, discipline, and purpose. And don't forget to press the bell notification so you never miss our next powerful motivational video. Your future deserves consistency. Stay focused, stay hungry, and keep moving forward.